G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, coming at you from Sunday Creek. This week we've got a beautiful sunny day out here. I feel like a weather reporter. We had a miserable rainy day yesterday, so yeah, we're enjoying the fact that it's a nice day outside today. So it's afternoon here in Australia, and wherever you are, welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in and listening. I really appreciate it, and we all love it here at A1R Psychic Radio, connecting and being able to connect and give you guys readings, and it's a real honour and a privilege to be here. So I just wanted to start my show today with that. So this week for me has been quite challenging. I had hackers hack into my business Facebook page, so it's still under review, so I can't actually access it right at this point in time, but they're working on it, so I'm going to leave it to them and see what works, see what comes of it. So if you sent me a message and I haven't replied, that's why. I thought I'll take this opportunity to share that. And yeah, so it's been, for me, when that happened yesterday, it was like I was outside all day, so I didn't get the alert from Facebook to say somebody had hacked into my account. And we're hearing it heaps, and I had been hearing it heaps, and I had followed the prompts to say, get the double authentication and block certain areas because they're where a lot of these hackers are being found. So I did all that, and still it happened. So on the flip side of that, for me personally, when things are compromised, or you have setbacks like that, and that to me is like, it's my business, it's happening around, and there's many others in the same boat, but it just makes you realize that you need to probably pay more attention to the details on just looking after your intellectual property and your protection. And I think that's a good reminder for all of us, is to just be aware of protecting your space and holding your space when we're presented with challenges like this. Because I know through the night I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I had to sort of really think about it and go, what, like, there's nothing I can do about it, and I have to release the worry and concern around it, because ultimately it's out of my control. It's up to now the Facebook gods to get hopefully help at some point. So I have released it, and what will be will be. So hopefully I'll be back on board, on my page sooner rather than later. I'm still on Instagram, so yeah, it's quite crazy because they were both linked. So who knows? Tech isn't my big thing. And you just, I think it's just one of those things that sometimes we're presented with challenges and we need to look at the lessons with them. And for me, it's about, I've been really stepping up in what I do of late, and things have been starting to take off and become really busy. And I think there's probably areas there that I've needed to address to go, I need to fine tune the security of things, and things that you kind of take for granted when you just start out and you're pretty relaxed about it. And yes, that was a good reminder to me to go, get your ducks in a row. So hence I'll be doing that. But I just thought I'd share that, because I know many people are going through different challenges at the moment, and sometimes it's just the way that we need to look at it to be able to move forward and not get stuck and bogged down in the heaviness of something that's happened that's it's when it's your business or your home or anything, when it's compromised, you do tend to get into that thing of worry. But sometimes we have to let go of what we can't control and just put faith and trust that it will work out okay. So yeah, sending that out to you all this week. So I have got first up Eric in Geneva, Ohio. Eric, how are you?
How you doing now? I'm great, thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
How exactly does this work?
Okay. Now, I'm a psychic medium, so I can connect to your loved ones in spirit, or if you want more of a psychic reading, I can connect with things that are happening in your life at the moment. It's totally up to you. What would you like me to do?
Well, my grandmother passed away years ago, kind of involuntarily. My aunt and my mother overdosed her because she had dementia and Alzheimer's really bad, and she was actually possessed. So they I wanted to put her at rest, and I miss her. I wonder about her. I want to make sure she's okay. And
Yep.
my late father-in-law just passed away, and I'm worried about him.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's see who wants to step up. I want to go to your father-in-law first because I picked up around you a male to start with. So usually they'll come in whatever order that they choose. So we'll get him through first. And the fact that he's the most recent that's passed, it's not uncommon for them to step up. Now with your father-in-law, was there what he's showing me is around his passing there was something around his health, but I don't feel that they got to the bottom of that prior to him passing. So was there a question around, like, was he not well and then whatever, like, I feel like there was something that happened that might not have been related to the health issue prior to him passing?
Well, they said he didn't have a DNR. He had an advanced directive, and they shut the machine up on him. He had alcohol poisoning. He had cancer. He was in stage 4 cancer, but he wasn't ready. He said he wanted every possible health to live. He wanted to live. He wanted everything done possible, and the family didn't give him the option. And my wife actually was not in time to see him before he passed. So he passed suddenly, but he did have alcohol poisoning, but he wasn't ready.
Yeah, because I felt like I just wanted to, it's like what he was showing me, he didn't die from what he was initially in there for, which obviously, like you're saying with the cancer, it's like there was some other complication or something. And it was almost like then, I had to go. And there's something also that he's bringing forward to say, I now get it, or I now has an understanding. And I want to say that was the other family members, or what he's showing me is there was a few that were a bit jealous of your wife, and that's why she was kind of pushed out. It was something around her not being able to step in. But what he's showing me is I understand that and tell her that's okay, because he's actually he's a bit of a character, I want to say, with coming through. He's got he's got that little bit of what do you call it, like stirring. I want to like come through with a bit of a real stirring manner, and it's like he also has that lightheartedness in spirit. So he really wants to get that message through to her to say, don't feel bad. And he is showing me that he has come to visit you guys since he's been passed. And there's something around playing tricks or moving things for the two of you. It's like that's his sign to you.
Oh yes, we can feel when he's definitely around and things move around and songs play. He was in the Marine Corps. He was in Vietnam. He was a diehard Marine, and so that's definitely him.
Yeah, and it's like, and I want to, because he's like funny, like his personality is, and it's still the same in spirit, which is quite often how they come through. But he wants to share with me that he had a real soft spot for your wife. So I feel like she was, I know there was other siblings as well, but there was some connection that the two of them had. And I do want to go to, I feel like when she was born, there was something significant that was happening in his life. Like, so it was, she was the light at that point in time. So I don't know whether he was going through a struggle then when she was born, or there was something around that when she was born he was so excited. It was like he was really, really happy. Was she the first girl, or was she? Because I feel like there's some reference to her being like he was very extra excited when she was born.
She's his own daughter. He had two boys, and the other boy passed away from brain cancer a year or so ago, before he did. But there was just my wife and her older brother who wanted nothing to do with him. And when he passed, the older brother came in, took everything, and kind of did what he wanted to do and took over everything. And nothing really happened the way that he wanted it to have happened. That's why it's still it's actually still in litigation. But my wife was his own daughter. That was his pride and joy.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what he's showing me. It was like that was when she was born. It was like, woohoo! I'm so excited, and that's why I felt like it's a girl. I want to get like, yay! It was a real highlight for him, and she certainly was special to him. And I do want to say, with the litigation, he's coming through saying you will get what you need, and there's something around. Is it his watch or something that she hasn't got that she wanted? Because I feel like he's showing me she's going to get that. So don't how can you put it? It's like don't lose faith. It's coming to her. Yeah. And you know what they're like in spirit, and he's a real character, so he's like, I'll make that happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell her to just keep the faith. He's going to make sure that happens. And he's a real character up there. And I feel like, you know, that goes back to what I said initially. There's a bit of jealousy around the dad's connection to your wife compared to that son who's taken what he can, because I think he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, that son. I feel like, you know, he felt like he was hard done by, and I think that was what he's carried throughout his life. And it's just a bit unfortunate that, you know, when someone passes, that blossoms and you get to see that not such a great side. And but he's up there and he's quite powerful, so he'll look out for that. Now, before I run out of before I run out of time, I'm going to just bring through your grandmother. She's showing me, so she was at a good age when she passed, yeah? Because is there longevity in your family you want to go to? Because I feel like she's saying there's everyone lives to a fairly good age. I don't know that she necessarily did, but the rest of the family have.
Well, she was 88 when she passed, but she had been sick for a long time. She had Alzheimer's, dementia, horribly bad. They actually they had lived for years. I'm sorry?
Yeah. She was a battler. Like, she didn't give up. And she wants to say you're the same as her. I want to say, like, a chip off of your block. It's like you're connected with her. I am running out of time. I'm so sorry to not have enough time to bring enough through her. You're welcome to message me, but I'm hacked out of my page at the moment, but I'm hopefully going to be back in the next few days. So Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, jump on board and shoot me a message and I'll expand on that for you. Thank you so much, guys. Tonia Reeves signing off. Woohoo!